What's good, Raider Nation? Welcome to Monday Night Madness. I'm Spicy Raider Girl here with Omar and Arthur, and tonight we want you to take the mic and join the madness.
Monday Night Madness is where your voice takes the mic. This platform is for the dysfunctionally passionate Raider fan to provide their overreactive analysis, provide their emotional persuasiveness, and a chance to be grossly opinionated. When you take the mic, your hot take doesn't necessarily reflect the beliefs of all of Raider Nation or of this show. There might be cussing, arguing, and fans appearing on camera that aren't camera ready. Everyone is welcome to take the mic and join the madness.
If there's anything we've ever done that I'm particularly proud of, I would have to say that the perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders, to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
I think this journey is the most special because there's not a lot of people that have the opportunity playing in high school and college and then pro and then being injured and starting coaching as a young coach.
Can portray me any way they want because I don't give a damn. I am what I am, and until those people touch me close enough, they'll never know what I am. If they want to see me in this interview or in a newspaper article and say, what's the matter with this guy? Let them say it. But don't you analyze me and don't you tell me what I am until you get close enough to understand what I am. Then you can make an analysis of me. But don't you dare do it until that.
Clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over. Run through a motherfucker face.
The mental side of the game is taking me to the next level, and it's true confidence. It's feeding your brain elite of elite. And that's, I always talk about 1% and more is required. And I always say these things, but it's what I live. I see it everywhere I go because you have to constantly train your mind for greatness.
What's good, Raider Nation? Welcome to Monday Night Madness. I'm Spicy Raider Girl here with Omar and Arthur tonight. Remember, if you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe, and you can also support the show by becoming a member. Some hot takes for tonight. We're going to be talking about OTAs, Taron Johnson, the QB battle. Oh, OTAs twice, apparently. Well, good thing, because that just happens to be the drinking game alert tonight. So you all already know what to do. And of course, a lot of you are here to see if you've won the 2 tickets that I'm raffling off for the home opener. We will do that tonight. And Arthur has actually been so generous to let one of our viewers get in on that raffle, and I think he's got some sort of trivia question or something that he's going to have later in the show. So stay tuned for that. Or we can when you want to tease or when you want to do that, we'll do it. We'll get into that a little bit later. But thank you for that, Arthur. And we want to say what's up to everybody in the chat. Lots of people in the chat already. You must have missed us because did we miss last week?
We did.
We did? Okay.
Holiday.
We did.
Holiday. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, welcome back to the show, everyone. And Omar, I know you got lots of good stuff, so go ahead and get us into it.
I guess I will start with the non-news. And the non-news, sometimes no news is great news. And one thing we're not hearing anything, at least I haven't heard about any of our players with any significant injuries, because I was watching just some NFL news and I've been hearing about other teams already stacking up injuries at OTAs. So I just want to start off with that, because to me, that is huge. That's huge. And then to have that 4th round pick and Max Crosby, who they've been doing full participation, but they're out there. They're showing the progress. Yes. Right. They're looking healthy. They look like they're either on track or even ahead of their rehab. So I just want to start with that, because to me, that's the best news that you can get, which, like I say, on the injury topic getting no news at all. Not hearing anything about injuries to me is amazing. So definitely want to lead off with that because I thought that's the best news possible so far in the OTAs. And as we know, OTAs are about to end, and then we'll go into our mandatory mini camp in a minute. So that's great. Everybody's going to go into that phase of the off-season program healthy. And then, of course, on to training camp. So that was great. Arthur, anything?
No, just taking on that, like you said, the fact that we're hearing that Jermon McCoy is out there and he's, like you said, he's doing some drills, he's going through some light workouts. That's huge to me. Like I said, that's my favorite pick, taking Fernando out of it. And I think this kid could be an absolute stud. I mean, I think he could be one of those guys. I mean, kind of going back to the Nnamdi Asomugha days where it's, I got this side of the field. Don't worry about it. I'm locking it down. Everybody else figure it out. So to hear that he's out there, that he's going through some drills, obviously, we love to see Max out on the field leading the team in some stretching. It's saying, everybody's saying that he's still the first one in the building every morning. I love it. I'm absolutely love hearing about it. I think it's great. And like I said, I think this is how you start building a winning culture. Your leaders are leading you from the front, and people are going to follow that. So I'm loving everything that I'm hearing from OTAs.
And I absolutely love your comparison to Jermon McCoy bringing up Nnamdi. I was just reading about Nnamdi Asomugha, how his stats plummeted because quarterbacks refused to throw to his side of the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what it was with his stats just tanked because it was just shut down.
Yeah.
So
That's a great stat.
It is.
Right. He didn't have the interceptions. He didn't have the tackles.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
Whoever went his way. Yeah.
It's the best non-stat, and I would love for McCoy to follow in in those footsteps, man. Yes. So that's a great comparison. I love it. And I'll just stick right back with the whole cornerback room, and it was very good to hear that Taron Johnson finally reported to OTAs. You hear he wanted, to redo his contract. He didn't have any guaranteed money. I didn't hear if that changed. I just heard he reported in. So if anyone knows if something changed that prompted that, or is he just saying, yeah, you know what, maybe they just got something is going to happen. Let's get to work. We'll take care of you kind of talk. I don't know. Like I say, all I did hear that he's in, and I was happy to hear that because I think he is definitely a big part of what we're trying to do with the defense in the secondary. So, and he's a veteran. He's really good at what he does. Whether we see Stokes back there, not Stokes. Who's the second round pick? Is it Stokes? No.
Trade Stokes.
Thank you. Yes. Got my Stokes and my Stokes mixed up.
Stokes.
Even though we know Stokes can also play that nickel cornerback position. And I think we're going to see him in a lot of different positions. We want Taron in there. So that was so positive, all positive right now. Very, excited to hear, what little tidbits, because, a lot of times there's a lot of writers filling in words with a lot of just hype, because it's not really a tremendous going on. I mean, they're not hitting. Everybody kind of looks good in sweat. So I do get a lot of the writing, and I kind of sift through it because, you're not really saying anything. You're kind of just, rewording some of the things we were already hyped about in the off season. So like I say, for me, big thing, no injuries, Taron coming in. That's big.
Sorry, did you say football players in sweats?
Yeah.
That's all I heard. I didn't hear anything you said after that.
I might be thinking about that a lot differently than you are, though. For me, it means boring.
Right. Oh, okay.
For you, it could be something totally different. For me, it's like, yeah, there it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but one of the things, and I think that we've all been hearing, and I think this is a little snitbit that's been going around on the internet that I'm sure a lot of people have read, was just talking about the three quarterbacks. And it kind of summarized a few things that, Kirk Cousins threw a deep TD to Brock Bowers. And I'm just going to stop right there because I love the fact that story going around that Brock Bowers is a robot sent from heaven.
Yes.
I mean, and I've been seeing some of the little memes going along with that. And man, hey, I've definitely been a Brock Bowers fan from the time we surprisingly picked him still to today.
I'll give you that.
And I know we're going to get those 2 tight end sets that I've been crying, bitching, moaning, and whining about for I don't know how long. But it's great to hear that. I also heard that, and I'll skip through some of this, but I did hear that Mendoza was throwing some dimes to our other tight end. I heard Aiden O'Connell was just lighting it up as well. So I like at least what I'm hearing. And in my mind, just thinking about a quarterback competition, there's got to be pads. We have to see what type of line play, because that, you know what I mean? Like I say, that playing field can quickly change if the line, let's just say, is still having a lot of issues. This quarterback competition that'll really affect that on who is going to have a better chance if that line is still shaky. So, I love to hear what I'm hearing. I don't think it's any surprise hearing that Aiden O'Connell is throwing, a bunch of dimes to, Cedric Jackson, Derek Young, Carter Runyon, Like, I don't think there's any surprises with that. I don't think there was any surprise that Kirk Cousins is seemingly starting out with the ones. Right. So, like I say, hearing all of that, nothing has really jumped out just yet. Kirk Cousins did throw an INT to Jeremy Chin. He's playing with the one. So like I say, I think we'll get a lot clearer picture when training camp hits.
Right. And I did read a story that Cousins actually chewed out one of the receivers that was out of position. So, he's already kind of stepping up and saying, hey, look, absolutely. Yeah. So, I guess it was one of those things where he was yelling at one of the receivers. They didn't name the receiver, but he was out of position, trying to make sure that everything was done the right way. He obviously knows the offense, which is great. So yeah, I love it. We're gonna hear, like you said, it's shorts and t-shirts and sweats, and so kind of is what it is at this point. But once again, just like I said, our leaders taking leadership roles and making sure that people are doing things the right way, even in this time with no pads. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear. So I absolutely love it.
No, that's great. I think that shows true leadership. He feels comfortable being new on the team. Obviously, a lot of the players are new, so maybe it makes it a little easier. But to come in new to a new team and not really knowing your role yet with Cousins, if he's going to start, if he's going to be backup, but to show that sort of leadership, I think that's exactly the reason, right? The Raiders went out and got him. They want that. And so to hear something like that, I think is nothing but positive.
And I also heard, he's showing that Cousins, he's showing that edge. He's showing that I know this offense. I heard he's got, lining people up who lined up out of plays. So he's showing the mental edge that he does have over O'Connell and Mendoza. With just, like I say, just from the experience of being in Kubiak's system for 2 seasons. So I think it's going to be good. I got to say, though, we've seen some surprises, and I saw this floating around, and I think there's some other answers. I don't think yes will be cut or no he'll make the team. I think there's other options that could happen, because
absolutely.
I don't think people, if this is a true quarterback competition, how come there's not a slot that says O'Connell could be the starter and Kirk Cousins could be the odd man out? Because we know Mendoza ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Him sitting is not going to be a shocker. Right. And no matter what can go on, it's not going to be a shocker if he starts. It wouldn't be a shocker if he sits, because we know that the philosophy of a rookie sitting behind a veteran is something that Kubiak says is an ideal situation. In order for it to be ideal, though, in this situation, he has to get beaten out. But suppose O'Connell is the one who does the beating. I'm just thinking, when I see this, I'm just thinking, I think there could be a few more options that could be discussed. What do you guys think?
I think he has trade value also. I don't think that you can just flat out cut Aiden. There's some trade value there.
I agree.
To other teams that he can go into other systems, including the Patriots, who Josh McDaniels loves this kid. That's no secret. So, he could there's definitely some trade value out there. To flat out just cut him, it would have, there would have to be something, maybe an agreement between him and the team where he just wants to choose his own destiny or something, and they want to, give him that favor. But yeah, I agree. I do agree with you, Omar. I think that, he could actually flat out beat Cousins for the job. I mean, if it truly is an open quarterback competition versus a 2-man race between Fernando and Kirk Cousins.
Right. And I hope it is open. I really hope it is a open competition. Let the best man win. And I also have been saying, and I'm going to stick to this, if it's a tie goes to the rookie.
Yes.
If y'all not better than Mendoza, then Mendoza gets he gets to start. Don't waste the season. If it's a tie goes to Mendoza. So it's either O'Connell or Cousins has to be better than Mendoza in my mind. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Well, I think it's unfair that you pulled up this topic and this graphic without April being able to.
Right, I know.
So,
if she gave me the one of the things I used on the show, but she's not here to speak on it. So we're running back. We'll run it back.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with Arthur. I do not think that he should be outright cut. I think he's a good addition I think he's good on the Raiders as whether you say first, second, or third string. Right now, we don't really know who the quarterback's going to be. I believe the Raiders probably think it is an open quarterback competition. I think as fans, we've written him off, right? Because we haven't seen the other two. We've seen him. We've seen what he can do. So we're hoping that the others can do better than what we've seen, I think is what we're hoping for, right? And maybe he's improved. Maybe Aiden himself has improved and well, and he can do better than what we've seen in the past. But yeah, I don't think there's any reason to outright cut him. I actually haven't heard people talking about him getting cut. That seems wild to me. I don't think there's any reason to cut him. There is some trade value there as well, and I think I've said this a few times before. The thing different with Kirk Cousins coming in is kind of being the veteran on the team, leading the new rookie. This is kind of the first time that at least I can remember or think of that has happened in this way. The way that it's happened on other teams, the other teams, Packers, Chiefs, so on, they've had established quarterbacks that have been successful, and then they bring in a rookie to replace this quarterback that's already been successful once he moves on, retires, gets traded, or what have you, and then he's teaching this young quarterback. This is a little different, right? Because although Kirk Cousins is a veteran, he's new with the Raiders, so he hasn't kind of already established himself in that role. So I think it's a little different in that way. Therefore, that makes it more of a quarterback competition, not is someone going to come take the veteran spot. So it's a little different in that aspect, I feel.
Yeah, and I'll say this: if that offensive line looks even a little bit leaky, I'm saying keep all three quarterbacks because somebody gonna get hurt.
For sure.
Yes.
I don't care who wins. If that line is looking a bit leaky, you know what I mean? Roll with all three. Go into this season with all three because guess what? Injuries can happen. So I hope the line is fixed. I really, really do. We did enough work, and we brought in Dennison. Like I say, he was the most exciting hire short of getting Kubiak out of all the coaches. So hopefully the line is solid and we can truly have a good, quarterback competition. So,
all right, we're going to switch gears here just a little bit because I'm just going to tease this real quick because we do have the raffle that's going to be happening on this show. But Arthur, do me a favor. We do our compliments of Arthur's generosity here. He wanted to award one of our viewers with a complimentary entry spot to win the 2 tickets to the home opener that we're going to do live here. Arthur, would you like? And what are we doing here? So is it like the first person that answers correctly in comments?
Yeah, we'll just do the first person that answers in the chat. So it's more for people who actually have been watching the show and that are maybe watch it all the time. So the trivia question that I came up with was. We did a prediction show, I think maybe the last time we were on the air. What was the number of wins that I predicted the Raiders would have this season? So the first person in the chat that could
I know.
They can put that number in the chat will win the complimentary raffle ticket.
All right. I love that. And I know Mother Moon, she's been keeping track, so she'll be able to fact check. Oh, you know too, Arthur, of course. Yeah. Well, we all know, but...
I like it. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. What is the correct? Arthur, do you see the correct answer?
I see the correct answer. The correct answer is 7.
All right.
Yeah.
And the first person is Alpha and Omega Forever 757. So congratulations and stay tuned. In the raffle, it will say something like reserved for viewer. So if that comes up, that will be you, Alpha and Omega, just so you know for future. We're going to keep.
Can we make a little caveat though? If Alpha Omega Forever wins, can we say that he has to wear Raider thongs to the game?
Whoa.
I mean, can we just make that mandatory? Just special. Can Alpha Omega, if he wins, he has to wear Raider thong sandals to the game?
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
And we need a picture. We need evidence. I know he's got a pair of those sandals. I know he does.
All right. Well, we are going to get it. We'll do the raffle a little bit later in the show. Thank you all that entered. And Alpha and Omega, like I said, that's your spot. But let's go into some of these comments a little bit here. Why don't we segue? This might be a good segue here from Alpha and Omega. I knew Myles Garrett would get traded. Predicted it before the draft, and look what happened today. And I would like to say in our prediction show, I had the Raiders losing to the Rams. If anyone had them winning, feel free to change your answer now, because this is a Super Bowl contending team if I've ever seen one. The Rams.
Yes.
They didn't have us winning that game. So, I mean, that is just an absolute mind-blowing trade. I mean, they were already, like you said, they were already Super Bowl contenders before today. And then they just went out and really brought in, I mean, in my opinion, probably the best defensive player in the league. He's definitely top 3 for sure. So, and their defense was already pretty legit. So good on them. I know their GM has a saying about draft picks. If anybody knows it, it's, that's just his philosophy on draft picks, and he has no problem getting out there and trading them. So, I mean, he's all about F them picks. So yeah, good on them.
And speaking of that trade, going around the internet is that Jared Verse is reaching out to Max Crosby to find out, hey, how the Ravens back out that deal? He's trying to get some of that action. I don't think he wants to be in Cleveland. First got
Please
second thoughts on this.
True. Please tell me this is true.
Oh man. Who else we got here in the chats? Let's see here. Oh, Big Luck saying, hello, my loves. He must be talking to you, Spicy. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. It's plural.
I don't think he loves me and Arthur.
No.
Alpha Omega said, careful talking about AOC. He's watching and might hold you hostage like he did April. Oh, damn.
We got nothing but love for AOC on this show, for sure. Like I said, I'm not saying anything about Aiden get cut. Like I said, I said Aiden has trade value, so.
Just win, baby. That's all I got to say. Just win. Hey, April did chime in. She says, maybe trade value next season, not this season.
Oh, wow. Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
We're definitely running that topic back when she's on the show.
Yeah, we're going to have to have her back next week and explain that. I was not expecting to read that comment.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, also in the news, and I saw this. So this Kyle Van Noy appeared on the McAfee show, and he talked about an idea that I thought was hella interesting, and I thought this is a great idea and would love for this to be implemented in the league. And this is where the refs have to step up to the mic to explain some calls at the end of each game. And not every call, but it's probably the more controversial game calls that affected the game.
Like an index card, maybe something like that.
Exactly. And I'm like, man, please adopt this, please, because I think I'm not gonna lie. I would probably rather hear some of these guys explain themselves than some of the players.
Oh, definitely, 100%. Yeah.
So I am for this. I don't know who we need to write and get this going, but I hope this gains a lot of steam. Because I would definitely like to hear the thought process. I do like the fact that some of the calls can be reviewed by the league, but I want to hear, I would like to hear some of that, because too many times we're like, what? I mean, it's so many scratching calls that that I think needs some explaining, and maybe, and let's just think that they're not bad calls and we get educated. You know what I mean? I'll go that direction.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That now maybe we would get educated on why, and just not think the game is totally rigged. So I think it would help. I think it would help a lot.
I think the players would be all about it too, because it's going to save them some money. Because I mean, let's face it, how many players get fined for going in their press conference and talking about what a horrible call it was and disparaging the refs, and then all of a sudden the next week you hear they got fined, an X amount of money for saying stuff about referees. Now all they have to do is say, well, what did he say in his press conference? Okay, he said he was wrong. All right, cool. Or he's standing by that call. Well, if he's standing by it, you guys need to go talk to him. Don't ask me about the call. Go ask him. He has a press conference. And so, I think it's a great idea. I mean, if you're making these calls that, I mean, let's face it, there's only 17 games that these players play. And I mean, a call that's made during, even a week 8, week 7 game could be the difference in a team making the playoffs. And that's a lot of money, and this is what the players play for, is to make the playoffs and have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And, only so many teams get into the playoffs every year, and you only have so many games to win to get in the playoffs. And if these refs blow a certain call that could cost them the game, they should step up to the mic and talk about it.
Definitely. And they just renegotiated their contract with the league.
Yep.
So I got to assume, and maybe someone does know, but I'm going to assume they're going to make more money, because this thing went down to the wire. I was hearing that it was getting to critical mass where they might have to replace the refs. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, I was thinking, they must want a lot of money. So okay, y'all want a lot of money. Obviously, you got that money. Speak to it, bro. Yes. Straight to it.
Well, in that sense, I would think that this was probably discussed within those conversations with the new contract. I would assume, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know if refs have, just like the league meetings, it's a lot of the owners and stuff who will make up these new rules. And I just think the refs, like everyone else, has to follow them. I think the decision making on whether these guys would speak into the mic is not, they wouldn't have any part in that decision. They would just have to do it just like a player has to play by any new rule that the league makes up. You know what I mean? So I don't think there's like a player, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's players reps in those owners meetings when they make those type of decisions. And I don't think there's any ref representation in those meetings when they make new rules. I just think they get the new rules and implement them. You know what I mean? So as far as I know, so I just think, hey, you got more money. The league can implement anything new that they want. That's,
Yeah, I mean, the players have to be available to the media. So, I mean, they can make it mandate to where the referees have to be available to the media after a game. And so, I don't see why they couldn't.
Or at least the head official, it doesn't have to be all of them. Maybe it's the head official, or maybe it's just that controversial official. Hey,
And I think that's what Manuel was saying is make them all go up there. And then you just ask that one guy, hey, what'd you see? So,
I mean, in a perfect world, it would be. But if this ever happened, I still think it would probably be the head one. It'd probably be just that head official of the group who, when they huddle up, he has to make sure he understands dude, what the fuck did you see? I gotta speak to that.
I gotta go to the mic
after the game. Hey, you better be right. You will be looking at motherfucker like, hey, don't throw me under the bus, bro. I would love it. Would love it. So we may have to wait for that one. We may have to wait for it. But
all right, I'm gonna pop over to some of these comments here. Raider G, welcome back to the show. It's been a minute, my friend. Nice to see you in here. Aiden, he says Aiden has always looked good. Okay, he's always looked good and showed promise every year during OTAs and minicamp. But when the pads come on and he either gets injured or he still has cement feet in the pocket. Yeah, so I don't know. Are you saying you think he's expendable?
I'll say this though. Oh, go ahead, Arthur.
No, I can't. I that's a comment that I really can't defend because I think he's right. I think that's always been Aiden's bugaboo is that. Yeah, I mean he's not real mobile in the pocket. Even just shifting maybe the pocket left or right at times, and I think that's always been the thing that's held him back. So yeah, I don't think I disagree with that comment.
I just think that this type of offense. Look what it did for Sam Darnold. I mean, if you think of a mobile quarterback, I don't think of Sam Darnold as a mobile quarterback, but I think with what this offense allows a quarterback to do, and you think of Kubiak, and like I say, and I think that these guys are going to be a lot. I'm going to change that. I hope these guys are as good as developing as what we've seen. And if so, I think that can definitely help O'Connell, just like it's going to help Mendoza. So, and we already saw Kurt. We saw Kurt with, and then we saw Kurt without. Right. We saw Cousins. And let's just say, I can't remember the system in Washington, but I think the system when he was in Washington was pretty close to what he had with Klint Kubiak in Minnesota, and then went to something different in Atlanta, right, where it was a little bit shaky. Of course, there was also an injury. So systems help. So, sure. We'll see. We'll see when they get to the pads. We'll see.
All right, let me get over here back to these chats. Thanks for the super chat, Hobo Raider. Good show tonight, guys and girl. Thank you so much. We always appreciate the super chat. And just real quickly here, I want to just throw this up for what we see. What we see, or what I see on our end, might be a little different than what everybody sees live on YouTube. It might come out a little differently here. But this is behind the scenes, and this is what we're seeing. We have Alpha Omega on top, then Raider Travis. Raider Travis went ahead and said it was a photo finish, but he's all good with it because he is already on the wheel. A couple people said Travis was the first one, but as you can see here, Alpha Omega went first, and then Travis slid right in there. So just want to be fair. Maybe it popped up differently on YouTube, but we get the live feed here. All right, so Omar, I just muted you for a sec. You've got some feedback. When you're ready, you can. I'll pop you back on there. Let's see. Go to some comments. Aphrodisiac, what's good? Some guys aren't runners. If a dog is chasing us, slow Aiden will get bitten for sure. Okay.
Yeah. In that situation, you don't have to be the fastest. You're just gonna be faster than Aiden. So I guess that's
Raider G says, I agree with that. Is keeping 3 quarterbacks on the roster. I don't know. Maybe I could see it either way. Plus, hey, you always. What about practice squad? Someone might be on the practice squad.
I just think if the line is leaky, it might be needed. I guess that's where I'd stand on that one.
I mean, doubling back to that. With anyone. I mean, just kind of doubling back to that and about the line no more. One of the things I've been reading too is they've really been using Trey Zune all over that line. He's practiced at center. He's been at guard. He's played a little bit of tackle. So it sounds like they have a whole lot of confidence in him. And it sounds like they're trying to find a spot for him even. So, I mean, he's obviously not going to play center, but I mean, the fact that, he could be a backup center for us lets me know that there's actually some depth with this O-line. And I think it's going to be really good. Like I said, I've said it many times. I thought the O-line was bad last year due to coaching, and that was the biggest thing. So I don't see how DJ Glaze, his rookie season, could be really good and play pretty well, and then last year just completely regress. And the only thing that was different was the coaching.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm just saying, like, if worst case scenario, I'm with you. My biggest worry going in was Colton Miller because of injury history, losing him. But when you get a guy like Trey Zune, I mean, he's played left tackle. Yes. He's played center. He's the Swiss Army knife on the offensive line. So that's another guy that, in case of injury, can step right into a couple of different positions. I'm sure, I didn't see whether he's played guard, but I'm sure he can. If I had to bet whether he could play guard, I'd be like, yeah, he could play guard. You know what I mean? So that's it. Like I say, and we do know that new system developing, that line could leak early, 3-4 games. Yeah, you know what I mean? It could. Like I say, worst case scenarios. Of course, best case scenario, they come in and that line is kicking it and killing it. Then then we'll be all good. So,
yeah, I mean, for me, I like you said, if Colton Miller stays healthy, I think there's 3 solid pieces on that line between Colton, JPJ and obviously Tyler Linderbaum. So, I mean, we really only need to find another guard and another tackle. I mean, a right tackle and, probably a right guard. So, or left guard, because I think JPJ is going to probably end up playing that right guard position. So, yeah, I mean, and in Burford, that I heard looks pretty good too. So, I mean, for me, it sounds like there's a lot of depth to this line.
Yeah, and he came from pretty much the same type of offense. You know what I mean? They run, pretty a really similar. They run a West Coast, but I think everything, of course, they have their own little intricacies. Yes. Yeah, but it's very similar. So it's not a lot for him to learn. So yeah.
All right, let's get into some more of these comments here. Let's see. Raider Travis says, if our line is weak, so we really want to throw Mendoza out there if Cousins does get hurt. I've kind of talked about this too, and I think this is an interesting conversation to have. Do we really want to, if the line is weak, do we really want to put Mendoza in that vulnerable situation where he's going to be getting hit all the time and could potentially get hurt? What do you guys think of that? Or what would your thought be on that?
Me, I think a bad offensive line can give a rookie bad tendencies.
Yes.
That, and that can delay his growth. And we don't want that. So why?
We don't want that. Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I keep saying, if we have a leaky line, keep all three. Because if that line is leaking, save Mendoza. Let your vet. O'Connell's a veteran. You know what I mean? What is this? Fourth year? He's a vet. Let your veterans take the licks. They know how to deal with it a lot better. So,
yeah, I agree. I think that, you're going to want a veteran quarterback out there to deal with those line issues because, I mean, the game's already fast enough for a rookie as it is. You don't want to double down by having a leaky offensive line. And now all of a sudden, people are in his face and he doesn't really know how to scramble or get out of it. So, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be Cousins go out there and take those hits for Mendoza. And then we're going to have to figure out what we got to do to shore up that line.
All right, fair enough. Let's go on and see. Alpha and Omega says, we saw what happened to Mendoza in college. Can't afford to get him hurt. I would say that is a true statement there. Let's see. What else do we have? Who else do we have in here that's commenting? Some fighting words from Raider Travis. Good thing April's not on the show to stick up for this man tonight. He says, honestly, getting rid of AOC 12 at the moment doesn't sound flattering to me. Oh, does it? Okay, so he doesn't want to get rid of him. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I read that wrong initially.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to get rid of him. I'm hoping it's an open competition. I want to see. Cousins needs to feel pressure from both sides, a rookie and a fellow vet. So yeah, let's ride.
All right, April says.
And going back to the line,
real quick. If that wheel picks 67, I guess that's her number. I'm giving him my tickets. I'm giving my tickets to someone who is hating on Aiden. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Haters might come up tonight, apparently. Or am I just having reading issues tonight?
No, that's what I'm reading the same thing. So
Big Luck says just put him on the practice squad. What? Go ahead, Omar.
I was saying, did April mean someone that's not hating on O'Connell? April, clarify, please. Clarify in the chats, please.
All right. Well, since we're talking about it, why don't we just go ahead and do it? Let's get into this raffle and see who's going to be attending this home opener here.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck, everyone. Let's go.
Good luck.
Big money, big money, big money. All right.
No whammies.
No whammies. Who do we have? Oh, we're so close to the one that says reserved.
Wow.
All right. Entry number 89, Jose Pardo. You are the winner of the 2 tickets. So hit me up and let me know where to send them. Congratulations and thanks everyone for entering. And we might have another one. I'm still deciding. I might do the Chiefs. So stay tuned. Stay tuned if you're interested in Chiefs tickets. I might be doing the Chiefs next. So congratulations to the winner.
Nice.
All right.
Congrats. All right. And that should be a winner, too. I mean, we should beat Miami.
Oh, yeah, that should be absolutely.
Sure. That should be a fun game to watch. 2 new coaches, you know what I mean? 2 new starting quarterbacks, whoever they may be, at least for us. We already know who's going to be starting quarterback in Miami, but yeah, should be a fun game. Should be. Definitely one I had a dub on.
Oh yeah.
I think we're all unanimous on us winning that home opener. Yeah. So, and those are always fun too. You know, I think that's possibly, at least from my experience going to home openers and other games in Vegas, that's been the most tailgating I've seen in Vegas is usually at the home opener. So, Jose, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Yep, you're gonna have a good time.
Yes, and we are going to be having our own tailgate out there this season. So we'll have some details about that when it comes closer to the season. So stay tuned for that. If you are going to be attending the home opener, come and see what we have going on out there. Should be fun this year.
Yeah, for sure.
No, Reader Travis, I was not. I didn't listen. I might not be reading correctly tonight. Listen, I was not trying to do anything like that.
Like my contacts wasn't in.
Seriously.
It's the off season for us too, Travis. I mean, cut her some slack. It's it's really off season. We're going through our OTAs also.
Yeah, right.
We're in sweats.
That's right.
We're in sweats. No contact.
Omar will be winning in the parking lot. We always
no, he says, Omar, I will be winning in the parking lot. We going 1-0.
We all winning in the parking lot.
Big Luck is going to the opener. Let's do it.
Omar's going to be winning in the San Francisco parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And with the purple, and my goal is to have purple drink and make it through the game and watch the game. That's a goal.
That.
I got goals in life. I have goals in life.
Are there over-unders on this? Can we get a bet going? I feel like this could be fun. And let's just say, since I'll be there, whichever way I'm betting, I'm going to make sure it happens.
Hey, you're going down with the ship. So no matter whatever my state is, your state is going to be shot for shot. So I'm dragging you down with me.
Hey, that's not fair. I get a little height and weight difference at least. Yeah. There's got to be what do you call it? Is it called a spread? Not a spread. What do you call it?
A handicap. A handicap. Yeah, you're looking for a handicap
or something like that. Yeah. However betting works.
Wow. Wow. Oh man, it's good. Well, I mean. I think at least for OTA, so we're going to go into minicamp. Any expectations? In anything? More of the same. But I think in minicamp, there's not
expectations. Honestly, I hate to kind of say this. I think the bar is a little low. So my expectations, I'll kind of keep it simple. I expect us to improve this season. I expect there to be a better record. I would hope to see, like you've been wishing for, Omar, a couple, our 2 tight end sets. I want to see Genty really thrive back there in the running back position. I expect Max to be better than last year. Kind of just like reasonable expectations we want. And basically, my expectation is for everyone to have improved, because I think the team has improved. I think the coaching staff has improved, and everyone just needs to get better. I mean, other than that, I know that's kind of a blanket statement, but really the expectation is for me is we've got to continue to get better every year. Every year we need 2 to 3 at least more wins to really get to the goal that we're trying to get to here. And I'm excited to see it in person. The training camp's going to start, end of late July? Yeah. I don't know the exact dates. I don't know if anyone knows them yet, but it'll be nice once the fans get to go. And we get to see these guys in action. I think it's different being there and actually seeing what they're putting into it than watching these video clips or hearing rumors and things like that. So it's kind of like looking forward to training camp and really seeing what we're working with.
I think one of the good surprises that I heard, I mean, it's not a surprise, I just like when I hear it, is that our preseason game, the week of our preseason game in Houston, they're going to have a practice, you know what I mean? A practice against Houston. So that's an extra game. That to me is like an extra preseason game to have joint practice. So I was really happy to hear that. But going into minicamp, I mean, outside of it being mandatory and that all hands will be on deck, I mean, I guess I don't really have, like I say, that a lot of expectations on minicamp. I do have a lot of expectations going into training camp, because to me, that's where we'll start. You know, I want to hear a lot about the offensive line. I really do. I think our wins and losses, and I guess I'll say this, our wins and losses are all going to be about how well that offensive line plays in my mind. I know everybody was focused on the receiving group, but to me, I think it's going to begin and end with the offensive line. And then, you know, I've been the tight ends, the running backs, and then the receivers we have stepping up. And without the line, I don't think we'll be able to really get a good read on any of the above. So that's what I'm going to be looking for a lot.
Yeah, for me, I think my expectations, and like you said, it's more so going into training camp than in mini camps, because mini camps, it's a little bit of pads. There's no hitting, but more, 7-on-7, 11-on-11 drills. But it's taking that first step forward, finally taking that first step forward, finally building some continuity. I mean, we've talked about it on the show during the season for years of the turnover that we continuously have, a new coaching staff, new regime, new GMs. I'm hoping that this is our first step into building some continuity and actually keeping a coaching staff here for years to come, so we can actually, like Spicy said, we can get better every year. You can't get better every year when you change the system constantly.
Right.
And, the expectations of the players are changed because this coach wants to do it this way. And then the new coach comes in and no, we're going to do it a different way. And so that's, for me, that's my expectations of, like I said, taking that first step forward and starting to build some continuity and actually have a coaching staff that's going to be here for the next 3, 4, 5, hopefully maybe 10 years and start doing kind of what we see successful franchises doing.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a Mike Tomlin that was there for 19 years. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I couldn't agree with you more. We've kind of harped on this show over and over and over again. We've gone through way too many coaching changes and not even rebuilds. I don't even think they've been rebuilds. They've really just been, let's put it's survival, really, or attempt at survival. And we've talked about let the coaches plan, develop, and go through. And we really haven't seen that. I can't remember of any of the coaches we've hired of recent, whether they're interim or otherwise, that we've really seen the Raiders give a coach an opportunity to see their plan go through. And we've talked about this a lot. And I think that the Raiders hopefully understand that this is probably not going to be a playoff team in the first year. Right. We hope that it's not going to be as bad as the previous years, but if we can improve a couple games, we need to I really think, and I've said this to really all the coaches they've decided to hire, let the plan, let's see it through. Because, in one season is very rare, and I know it's happened where people have gone from, worst to best, but it's very rare that is consistent, and that happens with so much overturn. And when a team has gone from worst to best, they've made acquisitions and things like that. But to full makeovers every year is kind of unheard of. So I'm agreeing with you with that. I think we need to really let this play out. And as fans, we have to come in the mindset of we need to be patient now with this season, with this coaching staff, with these players. We can't go, we've been patient for 40 years or whatever. You know what I mean? Yes, we have been, but we need to reset our brain a little bit and think we need to be patient with what we're working with now. And that's going to take time, and we're just going to have to give it that time.
Yeah.
So you're basically telling Raider fans they need to get some therapy for that trauma so it doesn't come out when, if a game or two don't go the way they think it's supposed to go, don't let that trauma out of all the past losses.
Yeah, pretty much. I think we need to stick with the team. Well, the Raiders fans, I think, have been really, they support because they'll always be fans, but they support in kind of a negative way, right? We always want someone traded or fired or this or that. And it's we need to give this team, because now it's a full rebuild, right? Like we've said, it's been patch repair before. This is a full rebuild. We need to give this team our support. We need to give this team our grace, and really see what happens in the next few years. And I think that's the mindset we have to come into this. And these teams are these other teams are great. Look at how the Rams just improved. How many playoff teams do we play this year?
9. We play 9 playoff teams.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yep. And I'm hoping a few of them decline are declining. You know what I mean? Please be a declining commodity.
That's it.
Well, and we know the Rams aren't. We know. Like I say, they're a team that now we can say, unfortunately, have kind of won the offseason as well. We won the offseason, I believe, but I believe they won as well. And shit, they were already, like I say, damn near Super Bowl bound. So, yeah. But we'll get there. We will get there if we continue to, we build in the right direction and we continue to have off seasons the way we're having right now. We'll be there sooner than we think. So,
like Spicy said, it's gonna take some patience. We got to be patient. We got to give this regime time to implement what they want to do with this team. And like I said, let's coach them up. I mean, to me, the 2025 draft class, they're almost like rookies this year also, because they're actually going to really get coached up a lot better this year than they were last year.
That's a good point of view.
Right.
So I mean,
that's what I've been saying about Besh in there.
That's a good
I was saying that about Jack Besh
Yep.
and Thornton. You know what I mean? Like, hey, dude, these guys didn't really have a chance their rookie season. So, yeah.
Well, Travis, I will say we'll be this is your therapy session. Join us every week, and it will be your therapy session. Law Dizzy says, if nobody knows who Ashton Genty is, they will after this year.
That's the hope.
I believe
Let's hope that's true.
I'm buying that. I'm buying that.
And Alpha and Omega had mentioned before, and Arthur let you comment to this. This was a prior comment that is lost now, but basically he was saying hard schedule and no primetime games this season, but also he wanted to know what we thought of that. And Arthur, I know you've said it before, but I'll specifically let you address that yet again.
Yeah, I just thought that, I mean, I couldn't believe that the NFL didn't give us a primetime game. We actually did a show when the schedule came out, and I definitely harped on this, and I still feel the same way. If nothing else, I believe that Fernando Mendoza has a chance to really be one of the faces of the NFL and be just a good guy overall for the league, and just everything that we see so far that he's done is showing me that that's who he's going to be. And why wouldn't they want to showcase him? I thought that there were a couple games even late in the season where if they weren't sure if he was going to start at the beginning of the season, there's a couple pretty good games that could have been a Sunday night football game, if nothing else. There's against Denver, one against Denver, one against San Diego. I mean, those are AFC West battles that are always pretty good games, and it was a missed opportunity by the NFL. And I'm still upset about it. I'm still not okay with it. Like I said, it was just a complete miss on their part, and I hope that we do get flexed into something, because I said, I think that it's an opportunity to showcase what could be a really great player and just a good dude for the league, and someone you want kids to look up to.
Well, maybe it's a good goal to have for the Raiders, right? Win some games. Let's see Mendoza really thrive, and then, like you said, maybe the Raiders could get flexed in to one of these primetime games here.
Yeah.
All right. This is a controversial statement, I think, just a little bit. The NFL are the biggest Raider haters in a while. It's all good. We don't need primetime to show them what we got. We got this. Go Raiders. Yeah, I mean, listen, I hear what you're saying, Arthur, but honestly, you have to win more than 3 games for anyone to give a damn. It's hard. I see what you're saying. The number 1 draft pick you think would say, hey, NFL, we want to show this guy off. He's a number 1 draft pick. But again, we don't even know if he's going to be starting or not. And so I can kind of see where that would be coming from on some level, right?
But there's other storylines you can attack with that, though, too. I mean, Kubiak coming from the Super Bowl champs as the OC, and now he's his first year as a head coach. So, how is he going to be? Like, there's storylines with the Raiders that you can actually attack and you can use and promote in a primetime game.
And I've heard a lot of sportscasters say, and a lot of different ones, who say the league needs a good Raider team.
Right. 100%.
I've heard that so many times. Right. It's just a fact that you know, the league is better when the Raiders are a good team. Right. And we just got to set up.
The league hasn't been better in a long time.
Yes. Yeah, the league is starving.
Remind me, I don't even know. What was that like?
If the Raiders were good, the league would have been international and worldwide by now. We would have been in Australia 3 seasons ago.
All right, everyone. Well, again, congratulations to Jose Pardo for winning the 2 tickets to the to the Raiders home opener. And check out Spicy Raider Girl Facebook page. Like I said, I might do another one here. You'll know. I'll probably post something the end of this week, and I think it's going to be the Chiefs game. If you're interested in coming up on some tickets, the tickets are I know a little expensive. This is a good way for everyone to get in an opportunity to see one of the games. Also, I want to thank Hobo Raider for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thanks for the $2 super chat. And of course, thanks everyone for being in the comments and joining us tonight. If you haven't already, remember, light that torch, hit that like button, and subscribe. It's free to subscribe, or you can be a paid member of this show as well. We'll see you next Monday on Monday Night Madness. Hopefully, we'll have some people join us next week. I know it's a little lull in the season. There's not a whole lot to talk about, but we always want to hear your opinion either way. And remember, Raider Nation, we go out one way and only one way.
And only one way.
Raiders!
All right, yo.
All right, y'all. Good night. See you next week.